Hi, it's Dreyer and welcome to the Financial Freedom Challenge, where our mission is to help you to create, to grow, to protect and to enjoy a life of abundance. And today I'd like to start with the ruler's principle, the acronym. And we're going to discuss the R in the ruler's acronym. So the R is basically radar, and that's what we're going to discuss. So the question that I'd like to ask you is, what investments are on your radar? So the first thing is you have to determine, but what investments will you invest in? Because otherwise the process is not going to start. And in 1987, I discovered a fabulous way to know this and to eliminate a lot of unnecessary research and junk. And that was basically, I determined my financial freedom growth rate. So at that stage, I knew that if I could invest and get more than 55%, I would be financially free within a 10-year period, on condition that I do it consistently throughout that period. So my radar was any investment that could give me more than 55%. And there were only two classes of investment that could give that to me. The first one was property, and actually property, later on, I discovered that that is a very easy way to convert that you do from the second radar story, and that is your a business. Now, for both these investments, to give you an investment growth rate that is higher than your financial freedom growth rate, you need to have the competency. In other words, you have to put in the time and the effort to master the skills in order to be able to do it yourself. So you have to take full responsibility. There's absolutely no other ways that you'll be able to do that. Now, how do I apply the financial freedom growth rate to a business? With property, it's relatively easy, but with a business, it's a little bit more complicated, because it's only the amount of money that I'm going to keep or turn into assets within the business that can actually count as my financial freedom growth rate, right? To determine that. So that money that I'm taking out of the business will not count. It's only the portion, that the surplus that remains. So I'm actually measuring the surplus, but the surplus can be turned into other asset classes like property. So let's take the 2 cents that I'm going to use as an example. What will be the financial freedom growth rate that I need to get on that? Well, in my case, I need to get at least 1 billion% growth, because otherwise I will not meet this criteria that I've set myself. In other words, my intent. And the only way that I'll be able to do it is to improve or to increase or to have the competency in order to be able to do it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. In other words, the desire is there. It's going to be very difficult, and my belief system is right. In other words, I know that I will do whatever it's going to take in order to get to the goal that I've set myself. So here's your challenge for today. Simply identify at least one investment class where you can learn the skills to invest in that is going to give you an investment growth rate on that investment that is going to be higher than your financial freedom growth rate. Now, here's how to take action for today. The first thing that you need to do is to calculate your financial freedom growth rate. That's the benchmark. Without that, you cannot start. The second thing is, what is the first step that you can take in order to make sure that your investment growth rate will be higher than your financial freedom growth rate? Remember, the challenge is to identify an investment class that can do it. So the question now is, what's the first step that you can take in order to make sure that you'll be able to get investment growth rate higher than your financial freedom growth rate? And then the third step is take action. So you have to take action before the end of the day in order to start the process, not to get an investment growth rate higher than your financial freedom growth rate. At the moment, I've already started, and I can see that the growth is there already on the 2 cents, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that, I think, within 2 days' time, or maybe even tomorrow, depending on the outcome of what is going to happen today. But my money is already growing, and I do not know what I'm going to do. And this is a beauty, because I've applied the wealth creator strategy, the intelligent use of limited resources to go from where I am to where I want to be. I've identified that I want, and I've identified the time frame, and now I started working in order to get at least the principal or the seed capital in order to start this process. So in closing, always remember that in order to create financial freedom, you must make sure that today is going to be a perfect day. And that simply means that each and every day is going to require you to take the responsibility, to have the intent and know exactly what it is that you want. In other words, you have to calculate and know what investments will be on your radar, because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of time and effort doing stuff that will never help you to become financially free. It's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take the right mindset, because without the right mindset, you're not going to do that you're supposed to do in order to learn and master the skills and gain the competencies in order to get your investment growth rate to be higher than your financial freedom growth rate. That simply means that consistently doing what needs to be done is the only way to get the results that you want. So each and every action that you're going to take today is either going to move you one step closer to or one step away from financial freedom. And therefore I challenge you today to only start investing and gaining the competencies on those class of investments where your investment growth rate will outperform your financial freedom growth rate. Now, as always, if you've got any questions or comments or suggestions relating and regarding financial freedom, please post them in the comment box below and I'll help if I can. Also remember to subscribe to my blog, that is blog.honestdreyer.com, if you're not already on my blog, for more tips and strategies on financial freedom. Yes, feedback regarding my heart rate challenge. I've done what I was supposed to do. And then lastly, please share this video if you think that it can help other people. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making this video for you. And with that, I'll see you then tomorrow.